it'll be interesting to see what the Knicks do. But the Knicks are at a point now where they don't have to blow it up. They may still do so, and they have a right to do so, but with trading the 4 first-round picks and the pick swap for Mikal Bridges, the Knicks don't have a lot of room in regards to actual picks to throw at people.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
Plenty of takeaways from Yankees-Dodgers where LA sent the message on Saturday, and the only way the Yankees could salvage it was somehow beating Yamamoto, and they did.
You're staring a sweep in the face, and after losing the World Series, knowing what the opponent is, you know what the narrative would have been on Sunday Night Monday. Oh, Yankees get swept by the Dodgers.
Game time decisions, only on SportsGrid.
The two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching!
Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this once? Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The early line, only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that rim. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of
15.5-point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. It's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Let's roll. This is SportsRage. I am Gabriel Morency. The pitch, the players, the hustlers, the people that bust them, and everybody else in between. Let's do this thing. The Twisted Tuesday has begun, and the countdown to kickoff is on right now as we speak. Canada and El Salvador. Some Gold Cup action in what is a critical game for both squads this evening. We'll break it down live. We've got FIFA World Club Cup soccer going on. It's very difficult to rattle off that. Chelsea's up 2-0 right now on Tunis. LAFC and Flamengo are scoreless. Major League Baseball. We got baseball going on. The Yankees and the Reds. The Braves and the Mets. We got some big-time series going on. I don't know if we could say that the Dodgers and the Rockies are a big-time series, but I can tell you that the Rockies were up 2-0 on the Dodgers, and the Dodgers just responded with a 6 spot in the 4th. And I can also tell you that the Dodgers were plus 145 on the money line when they were down 2-0 because I bet it. I happened to see when they gave up the second run. I was like, really? Plus 145? Okay, they're only down by 2. It is Colorado. Plus 145. Dodgers now winning 6-2. All right, so we got a lot of stuff to break down tonight. We're all fired up. There's actually like a ton of topics, different sports, all kinds of different stuff to break down. We got picks. We got games going on. And we got a bunch of guests. Rick Saratella is going to step up, and then we'll talk football with Rick, NFL Rookie of the Year. We're now 72 days away from the start of the National Football League. And, like, if you think of all the college teams as well, like, football season's pretty much here, right? You know what I mean? Like, we could start doing, like, a breakdown of a team a day, and we wouldn't, the season would get here. This summer's just flying by, man. July is around the corner. Right now, college football starts August 23rd this year. Training camps open in, like, a couple of weeks in the National Football League, like, earlier than ever. Like mid-July, like the Buffalo Bills report July 15th. All these teams are like mid-July right now. So it's time to start breaking it down, looking at the odds, looking at the numbers, trying to find some diamonds in the rough, so to speak, when it comes to future picks. We'll take a look at the Rookie of the Year odds tonight. Rick Saratella in the house. Andrew McKinnis kicks it with us. We'll talk in-game action with McKinnis. We'll get McKinnis's Week 4 CFL picks. Can't believe it's Week 4. I'm like, really? It sounds like a mistake. But it's Week 4 already. All right, but we got a game ready to kick off right now. Canada and El Salvador. Canada won their first game against Honduras 6-0. Everybody got excited. It was like, oh, Canada's going to run away with the Gold Cup. And I think Canada kind of thought that as well. The Canadian team is a cocky group that's never really won anything before, but they are good. And, they play on these big teams all over the place and all this, but they've actually got to put it together. So they blew it against Curacao the other night. They were winning 1-0. They gave up a late goal. It's not the end of the world. It was a draw. But it's one of those deals where I think it'll help them because, remind them, you're not as good as you think you are, right? You guys are good, but let's handle our business before we celebrate just because we won 6-0 in the first game. So I think it's a wake-up call for Canada tonight. They have a lot more talent than El Salvador. So I think the way to approach this game tonight, I don't think El Salvador is going to score. I don't think Canada is going to run it up, though. I don't think it's going to be easy for Canada. El Salvador are a scrappy group. They're good defensively. They lack offensive, firepower, but they're no joke. And I see right now they seem to be pretty fired up right now. But Canada should be able to handle them. So Canada to win clean sheet, minus 143. So basically Canada wins. They don't give up a goal, minus 143. And we also play Canada minus 1.5 at minus 135. It's kind of the same price. Bet365 has an odds boost. Jonathan David to score at plus 150, which you can get in on until about right now as the game is about to start. They kick it off whenever they're going to kick off any second now. So we're off and running. They had just kicked off here. We got some this WNBA game that just got started. It's a Caitlin Clark game as well this evening. The Indiana Fever and the Seattle Storm. The Fever, 4.5-point road underdogs. The Storm, minus 4.5. Total, 169.5. You know what's crazy, actually? I was a big WNBA supporter years ago and nobody watched it. Now that everybody watches it, I really haven't capped it as much. You guys can tell, I post my picks. I think it's because I've been into the soccer so much, and I don't really need to bet on the WNBA, but I haven't, owned the WNBA when I bet it over the years. So it's not, it's one of those leagues where I bet on a lot of different leagues, and I know whether I do well or not. I don't do poorly with the WNBA, but I don't feel as if though I have some, inside, oh, yeah, I'm a great WNBA bettor or anything like that. Right. Once in a while, I'll step up. If I get into it, I could do it. But like I said, I haven't fully gotten into it, but maybe we'll keep our eye on this game here this evening. To me, I'm looking at the plus 4.5 right now. Everybody's flipping out about the Fever now, not about Caitlin Clark because of the Sophie Cunningham girl. If you're somewhat hot and stuff and you're white, you'll get a lot of press. Right? And people in the media. It's everyone's oh, this girl's unbelievable. They'll start watching the WNBA. She's been in the WNBA for years, dumbasses. Right? People, that's what I'm saying. It's just a little bit of all right, whatever. It is. It's, it's the masses. And also the lines are tricky in the WNBA. The odds makers know what they're doing. The totals are freaking sharp. I'm a total bettor. The totals are really sharp in these games. So Caitlin Clark is playing this evening. And, Seattle are, 9-5. Seattle stumbled out of the gate early, but they're 9-5 right now, so they are a pretty good team. Indiana are 6-7. And the Fever getting 3.5, total 168.5 right now. Kind of a slow start, 6-6 early in this game. So the Oklahoma City Thunder had their parade earlier in the day, and, people are going to hate no matter what in today's day. It is what it is. But the fake, the lying type fake post type stuff. Let's be real. Everybody was Elon Musk's going to be amazing when he buys Twitter and stuff. Let's be real. It's a cesspool of contamination now, right? Anything you read, hell, you could read your own name and your own birthday, and I'd second guess it. Oh, is this real? Right? You don't know if what's real or what isn't real. And, it's all... Everything is fake this, and you got pranked. It's a parody, right? You know what I'm saying? But, so all hell is broken loose in the NBA, which we'll get to, and that's another thing. I'm did he really get traded, or is this a fake? Is this a fake account, or is this a real account? But, so people are pointing out the Oklahoma City Thunder parade. And listen, I'm a Toronto Raptor fan, and that Toronto Raptor parade was second to none. No one's ever going to be able to top it. There was literally 5 freaking million people. And only 6 people got shot. Literally. But there was like 5 million people or whatever. It was over the top cool. And people like are picking these spots today of, oh, the Oklahoma City Thunder, what a joke their parade is. And, you can pick, one picture here and one block there and stuff like that. But there were a lot of people at their parade, right? It's Oklahoma City. It's not New York City. It's not Toronto. There's not 9 million people there. So there's only going to be so many people there. But their parade kicked ass. But I'll tell you what, the rest of the league, they've gotten right down to business, man. They're not waiting. And everyone's waiting for all this NHL news to happen. So last night, Drew Holiday got traded to the Portland Trailblazers. Now there's reports tonight. And I said last night when the deal happened, they're going to have to flip him. Because there's no way in hell Drew Holiday is going to want to play for the Portland Trailblazers. There are reports tonight that Drew Holiday does not want to play for the Portland Trailblazers and will not play for the Portland Trailblazers. So expect him to get dealt again. Kristaps Porzingis has been traded to the Atlanta Hawks. Because the Atlanta Hawks, well, whatever, they're the Atlanta Hawks. The Celtics are rebuilding, reloading. Let's roll.
Enter into the magical world of McLuck.com, where even the smallest of spins can win real cash prizes. Adventure into over 1,000 of the best Vegas-style slot games. So what are you waiting for? Unlock your free welcome offer today. Join the fun where winners play and players win.
Two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take. Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results.
What? How do you do this once?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the game starts so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Did you know sportsbooks tend to draw up tighter bet lines?
It'll be interesting to see what the Knicks do, but the Knicks are at a point now where they don't have to blow it up. They may still do so, and they have a right to do so, but with trading the 4 first-round picks and the pick swap for Mikal Bridges, the Knicks don't have...
Let's roll this. It's SportsRage. I am Gabriel Morency, Twisted Tuesday, SportsGrid Radio and Television Network. We're scoreless in the 8th minute right now in Houston. They're playing in Houston, Canada and El Salvador. And we're in the 8th minute right now, but they've really played like 2 minutes, and Buddy on El Salvador appears to be dead on the field right now. Like, he's not moving at all. I'm not kidding. He's literally not moving. But, you know, the fact that he's a soccer player, it's hard to take it seriously. And this comes from someone that loves soccer, but these dudes, like, they're always like, half dead on the pitch and this and that, and then they pop up. But this dude's been down for a couple of minutes right now. I didn't see what happened. Maybe we'll see a replay here as far as some big collision, but we've already got a ton of extra time going to be out of this because we're going into the 9th minute, and they literally played like 1 minute or something like that. So we got Major League Baseball going on. We got the soccer. Chelsea's leading 2-0 tonight, and Chelsea's a polarizing team. I'm often on the wrong side of Chelsea games, but I thought they were going to win tonight because they want to win the group. And it was one of those, we talk about the same city parlays, and I thought about it tonight. I was like, it's not a same city parlay, but this is a new one as we bring Cam Stewart and McKinnis. Cam, I was thinking outside the box. Not same city, same owners. I was like, I'm taking the Dodgers against the Rockies. The Dodgers own Chelsea, too. They own everything. So, you know what I mean? So they own Chelsea now, too. So I was like, well, you know what? The owner of the Dodgers just bought into Chelsea. Now that they own Chelsea and stuff, it's a all-blue Dodger-Chelsea parlay. And Dodgers... Yeah, exactly. Same owner parlay, Cam. Instead of same city, same owners.
Same owner parlay.
That's what happens in the summer, guys. You're like, yeah, we're going to play a same owner parlay here. And I was thinking, you know what? The owner will be happy tonight. Both his teams are going to win. So, yeah, the Dodgers were plus 145 when they were losing 2-0. Then they exploded for a 6 spot. It's 7-3 right now. So there's a lot of runs going on. All right, we'll get Cam's picks, then we'll bring McKinnis in. Cam, did you bet this soccer game? What'd you do?
Yes, I did. I did, Gabe. It's funny you mentioned that. And I also have a Dodger, Detroit, and Canada money line parlay. I have Canada minus 1.5, and I have Canada exact score 3-0 in this game tonight versus El Salvador. So hopefully we get one early, and then we keep them, both teams, to score no, because I think they're going to have a clean sheet tonight with Canada. So let's go Canada. Let's get it done. And I have the exact score of 3-0 as well, parlayed with the Dodgers and the Tigers as the public parlay.
I think 3-0 is a possibility. I do. But I will say El Salvador are not easy to score on. They are they're not a terrible team. Like they're pretty good defensively. They're very scrappy. Canada's in the box here right now. They're very scrappy, and man, they're already talking smack, I see. But I think, I'm thinking Canada 2-0. If I had to pick a final score, I'll say Canada 2-0. Andrew McKinnis in the house with us. Did you bet this game, McKinnis?
Yes, I did. I laid a little bit of chalk, but I'm on the team total under 0.5 for El Salvador. I had to take my homegrown Nova Scotian, Jacob Schaffelberg, to score a goal for Team Canada, and I'm on David to score a goal as well.
I like to hear your little homer pick on Schaffelberg. Yeah, he's good. He's good. He's in because of injuries, actually. Right? Canada's pretty deep, so it's pretty good that they can just roll Schaffelberg into the lineup right now. Bet365 out of Jonathan David odds boost. It was, him to score a goal tonight. It was minus 110, but their boost was plus 150 this evening, so he did play that. Hopefully he's able to bury one. There's transfer news as far as David is concerned, too. There's been a lot of talk about which team he's going to play for. And sounds like one of the biggest teams in the world is stepping up for him. Jonathan David to Juventus. As a Canadian striker, Jonathan David has begun contract negotiations with the Italian giant Juventus, who are doing well in the FIFA Club World Cup. All right, I said it properly this time. We got McKinnis in the house with us, Cam Stewart. And speaking of the FIFA Club World Cup, we've talked a lot, McKinnis, about this Auckland City team. They lost 10-0 to Bayern Munich. They lost 6-0 to Benfica. Their players make $90 a game, $90 a week. They're a semi-pro team. Their goalie's a forklift driver who got fired from the factory when he asked for 3 weeks off for the tournament. They said, you won't have your job waiting for you. And they have no money. They're just, I don't know how the hell they're in this tournament. It was like a goodwill type thing that they let them in, whatever. So they barely had enough money. Like they had to have raffles and all this stuff to get enough money to actually fly to the tournament. Amazing. And they had a 1-1 draw today with the Boca Juniors. Boca Juniors Boca Juniors were minus 330 to 1, McKinnis, on the money line. You had to bet $330 to win $1. They were minus 6 goals. It was a 1-1 draw. Now, they didn't win, but it is one of the biggest upsets in sport history. Like they said during the game, they said, you know, they didn't win, but this is the biggest draw in sports history. Like, they were like, and it really is, like, to put in context, like the Boca freaking Juniors, man, like they were 6-goal favorites. And it was 1-1. These guys from Auckland celebrated like they won the Super Bowl. Like their family ran on the field after and stuff. They were taking pictures for an hour after the game, all smiles. And this is the best part, guys, for the Auckland team. They make $90 a game. They have no money. They all have real jobs. They won $1 million for the draw today.
Good for them.
No way.
Good for them.
Yeah,
No
you get
way.
$2 million a team for the group stage win and $1 million for a draw. So they got $1 million for a draw to split up today, guys. That's pretty awesome for them. Huh?
Great story, Morency.
Excellent.
Yeah, I sound like these guys $90. It sounds like me trying to sell almonds outside a beer store to try to make money to go to a
Yeah, my
hockey
loose
tournament.
math, Cam, was they're each going to get like 70, 75K each instead of $90. It's not
Better
bad.
than $90. And you can tell the
And
forklift
you know
driver
what?
should tell his company to suck it. Hey, welcome me back with a party, you
Well,
jerks.
sorry,
Okay.
because I was say too, because they asked that the captain's a school teacher. And the lady goes, well, I guess it's back to reality for you and back to class, huh? And he really hesitated. He's like, well, we all have dreams, you know, about playing football. All these guys are probably thinking, why can't I be a pro soccer player? We just tied Boca. You know what I mean?
We are seeing unbelievable temperature surges over the past couple days. So I wanted to ask you this question to let the people know, like, how do we account for that in our handicapping? Like, 2 good pitchers on the mound, but you look at a place like Wrigley Field, let's just say, 20-mile-an-hour winds blowing out, 90-plus degree temperatures. Is it almost like you say to yourself, you just have to fade the environment and not worry about the pitches, because if we're hitting fly balls, they're going yard?
Pro Baseball Today, only on SportsGrid.
Their team total is 19.5 wins. I told you to go under, and it's by far the best bet I have recommended on this network in 4 years. They can't get out of their own way. And now Sloot is out for the year. Let's hope Sloot gets back, because I respect the hell out of Sloot, and I want her to go out on her own terms. Hopefully we'll have her back for the 26th season.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
Kevin Durant, at the age of 36 years old, after 17 seasons that he has played in the NBA DRS, is now on his way to H-Town.
I don't think it's a great move. I wanted him to go to a ready-made championship team full of a veteran roster and see if he can ring chase that way. Not to go to an organization on the come-up that if you just stay the course, and also, what better blueprint do we have than just staying the course and okay, safe, right?
The early line, only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high, but the action isn't just on the field.
Rearranging that rim. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of 15.5-point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. It's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
We're rolling. It's the Twisted Tuesday. I'm Gabriel Morency, SportsGrid Radio and Television Network. All right, we'll move on to some other things, but you know, there's this saying, and I've always said this too, and this goes back to the world champion stuff. When people say we're world champions, you're not world champions. You're the league champion. You know what I mean? Like hell, I'm a Dodger fan. You know, cut me open, I'll bleed blue. But we're not world champions. We're Major League Baseball champions. We didn't beat the Japanese team. I don't know. We didn't beat the Mexican champion. You know what I mean? I don't know if we're the best. Like, yeah, I guess technically, yeah, we're the richest. But Canada were also the richest in the World Hockey Championships, guys, and lost as 40-1 favors to Denmark. Right? This is why I always say I'd love to see the Florida Panthers. All right, go play the Swedish league champ now. But go to Sweden. Right? Go play. We'll go play a couple of games in Sweden. We'll play here like the Summit Series, and let's see what happens. Right? Oh, no, but they would kill them. CFL, no, they would kill them. Well, the Hamilton Tiger Cats beat the Buffalo Bills, right? And all you need to see is today. So to put in context, Auckland City, and this is their world club ranking, right? They're basically dead last in the world. They're ranked 4,971 in the world. They're the 4,971st ranked soccer team in the world. To put in context, Boca are ranked 152nd. And if you're wondering, okay, and Boca are pretty good actually too. They're a big-time power and all that in the Argentina League. But if you put in context, the Vancouver Whitecaps are actually the MLS's highest-ranked team in the world right now at 120. So MLS has come a long way. So for people to think, oh, MLS sucks and stuff, well, they're better than a lot of big-name brand teams and stuff. You just don't watch it to realize it. But that's why you play the game, McInnes, right? No matter what the sport, man. Like I said, who the hell would have thought that Denmark was going to be? They had 2 NHL players. All right, they had Ehlers and another dude on their team, or 1 NHL player against Crosby, McKinnon, and basically the 4 Nations squad, bro. Let's call it off what it is. They beat Canada, right? They beat Canada. They did. Fair up. Canada said they beat us. That's why, as I always say, there's a reason we play the games, bro.
Well, I hate to say this, but I am one of the biggest advocates for the whole world champions being the stupidest thing in sports anybody could ever say. Like, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense because I don't know if there's a team from Japan or a team from Sweden that's playing in that league, sure. But the argument people say back to you is, well, oh, these are the best players. These are the best players in the world. It doesn't matter. It's not an Olympic or a world event. It's not the World Baseball Classic.
Yeah, it's not the NHL Combine or the NFL Combine scouting drill. Well, he's faster and he's stronger and he's richer. That's not sport. We just saw a bunch of forklift drivers just tied a bunch of start Argentinian players, right? Denmark, same thing. These guys are scrubs that played for that Denmark team. They beat an NHL team. They did.
But why
no one could take it away from them.
The Kansas City Chiefs are the Super Bowl champions of the world. It just sounds stupid. It's an American league. Like, why are they the champions of the world? The games are all played in America. Just say that you're the champions of America.
That's the only one that I kind of don't get upset about.
Yeah, like no offense. Like the Eagles are going to play the Ryan Fire and get the
But I'm like,
exactly.
I'm like, the Argos aren't beating the Chiefs. Like, I'll give you that.
Not a world competition. You're right. Like, if they played more football around the world, like American football, maybe things would change, right?
But baseball is a good example. Look at the World Baseball Classics. Japan wins all the time. They beat major leaguers. You're going to tell me, oh, Tawny can't beat? Whatever. Oh, Tawny's on Team Japan. Yamamoto's on Team Japan, right? So, and they were all in the Japanese league, right? So, we see it there. And same thing with hockey. I get it. The Swedish league isn't as good. The KHL isn't as good as the NHL. I'm not pretending that it is. But let's see them play each other. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell me that a KHL team wouldn't beat an NHL team on any given night, right? It can happen. So let's play the games. That's what, and McInnes and Cam, that's what makes this tournament so cool, McInnes, the FIFA Club World Cup stuff, because we actually get to see, hey, what'll happen if an MLS team plays against Chelsea? Well, we saw what happened. It was 2-1. It wasn't this, it was 6-1, MLS sucks. Well, Inter Miami guys just won their effing group and are advancing into the round of 16. They're not even the MLS champions. They never even won an MLS, right? So, all these people think these leagues suck and are so great. Like I said, for, Cam's buddies like Portuguese Joe, it's a kick in the teeth for them.
Hey, Benfica won today. You settled down, Morency. 1-0. Yeah. Big win over Bayern.
Their goalie saved them.
We are seeing unbelievable temperature surges over the past couple days. So I wanted to ask you this question to let the people know, like, how do we account for that in our handicapping? Like, two good pitchers on the mound, but you look at a place like Wrigley Field, let's just say, 20-mile-an-hour winds blowing out, 90-plus degree temperatures. Is it almost like you say to yourself, you just have to fade the environment and not worry about the pitchers, because if we're hitting fly balls, they're going yard?
Pro Baseball Today, only on SportsGrid.
Their team total is 19.5 wins. I told you to go under, and it's by far the best bet I have recommended on this network in 4 years. They can't get out of their own way. And now Sloot is out for the year. Let's hope Sloot gets back, because I respect the hell out of Sloot, and I want her to go out on her own terms. Hopefully we'll have her back for the 26th season.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
Kevin Durant, at the age of 36 years old, after 17 seasons that he has played in the NBA DRS, is now on his way to H-Town.
I don't think it's a great move. I wanted him to go to a ready-made championship team full of a veteran roster and see if he can ring chase that way. Not to go to an organization on the come-up that if you just stay the course, and also, what better blueprint do we have than just staying the course and okay, safe, right?
The early line, only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high, but the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that roof. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
Just a little flyer, couple of 18.5 point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. It's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
This is SportsRage. I am Morency, and I am fascinated by these rankings. Just quickly with league rankings, league soccer rankings around the world. The EPL is ranked number 1. This is according to the Opta Computer Analyst, which is one of the big soccer projection sites. So they got EPL ranked number 1, Italian Serie A 2, Spanish Liga 3, Bundesliga 4, French Liga 5. I disagree with some of this order. Like, you know what I mean? You want to give EPL, whatever, but yeah, Italy should not be second. But anyways, then you got English Championship. For the record, MLS checks in at 13th. So for people wondering where MLS, the MLS haters out there, EPL, like, no one's going to argue MLS better than EPL. No one's going to say it's better than the Serie A in Italy. Spanish Liga, no. German Bundesliga, no. French Liga, no. They got Division II England. England Championship was ranked like 6 in the world. The Belgian League is 7. Portuguese 8. I think Portuguese is overrated here at 8. Brazil 9, probably overrated. Dutch League 10. Argentina 11. MLS 12. So my bad. 12 MLS. Mexico 13. Japanese 14. Croatia 15. Polish 16. Danish Super League 17. Italian Serie B. Swedish League, Turkish League, Spanish 2, German 2, Russian Premier League, Austrian Bundesliga, the Swiss League, Norwegian League, Czech League, Ecuadorian League, Saudi League, Hungarian League. Cam, I just bring this up because I heard you talking about the Scottish sides.
Oh,
they're not even in the top 30 rankings here.
No, like they're bottom tier teams, like Motherwell, Hibernian, Hibs, they stink.
Because I was wondering, where is Rangers or Celtics and all these Scottish teams? They didn't qualify for this. They didn't make the tournament.
You're telling me Rangers and Celtics playing a horrible league, yet you get to beat up on like the losers and tools of the world in your league. It's almost like the Florida Panthers versus a bunch of kids every time, right? So they're the top 2, but after that, what do you got? You got Aberdeen, Hearts, a couple other teams.
I'm surprised that they have nothing ranked. Like they're not ranked at all.
Good. I hate to say this. I hope my buddy's not listening. I'm going to get lynched by like the Scots at the dance when I go in there for a beer. I'm going to get a Glasgow kiss and get knocked out and robbed. But it's just the facts. Like their teams they're not. That league is not good. And that's just a guy saying it. They're not very good. And Gabe, think about their two best. What do? So they both play Europa, right? Like, and one time they played in Champions League. But you're beating up a bunch of teams like 3-4-0, like all the time, because they don't even exist. They're garbage.
Still scoreless, Canada, El Salvador in the 28th minute right now. Although, like I said, they wasted about 8 minutes of injury time. So there's going to be a lot of minutes added on here. Let's see. Hopefully Canada can break through in the first half. We don't have to sweat out this game all night. But like I said, I think goals could be at a premium here. I'm hoping Canada could squeeze out a 2-0 win. So scoreless here. And we got Major League Baseball going on. The WNBA. Any action for you, McKinnis? WNBA tonight? Indiana Fever at the Seattle Storm tonight is the one remaining game.
We got involved. I wasn't planning on getting involved, so take this for what it is, Gabe. I got involved. Team total over 83.5. This is one of those ones where it wasn't really all day
for
planning
who?
on this type of thing.
Seattle or Indiana?
Indiana over 83.5 points. I'm also on obviously Canada -1, and then we got under 8.5 in the Giants game and over 7.5 Padres Nats, and that's the one I'm most worried about right now. But I feel like that Indiana Fever team total one's gonna be pretty good. I feel like whenever I catch Indiana, I just want to bet their team total. I don't really want to worry about their defense. Just watch them score. They have a fast-paced team.
Major League Baseball, the Boston Red Sox are leading the Angels 1-0 in the fourth. Last night we had a ton of runs. Remember, we bet the over. Tonight we got a low-scoring game, 1-0, bottom of 4. In-game total sits at 5.5 right now. Red Sox -270, Angels +210. The Washington Nationals lead San Diego 2-0 in the top of the fourth. The home side is now +240, total 7.5. Nats -330 on the money line. LA Dodgers, we're down 2-0. We're paying +145, are currently leading the Colorado Rockies 8-3 right now. In-game total 14.5. Dodgers -5.5 on the run line. We're in the top of the 7th inning right now. The Marlins lead the San Francisco Giants 3-0. Bottom of the 3rd inning right now. In-game total 8.5. Over 8.5 -145. Under 8.5 +115. I kind of lean to the under here too, even though the Marlins have a 3 spot here. I don't think there's going to be a ton of runs in this game. And we've had success betting in-game unders in the Bay Area. I don't know if it's windy or what the hell's going on, or San Francisco just can't hit. But there has been some unders. Cam, any baseball picks for you here?
Yeah, I'm actually, my pooch of the night, I'm on the Marlins tonight. I like Cal Quantrill, and laying 190 with Verlander is betting suicide, and he gave up early runs, but I agree with you. I think things will slow down in this game, so I would take the live under 8.5. I'm on the Seattle Storm, and I'm on the over 167.5 Storm and Fever.
Yeah, I think there should be points. You guys are right.
There we go.
I liked Indiana. I saw when they were getting 4.5 earlier. I'm like, man, it seems like a little bit high. They're up 33-30 right now. Indiana, like you said, McKay, Indiana are good offensively. They're not great defensively. They usually play in these track meet games, but Seattle's a pretty good team. Seattle's 9-5, and I'm getting Seattle -135 now. I'm going to take the home team on the money line.
Me too.
I'm going to fade the Caitlin Clark party, Cam.
I'm with you, Gabe. I'm already there, and I'm already on the over. I'm going to hit it one more time. I'm fading. Go Storm.
See, that's the thing, guys. If you're betting Fever games, you're literally never getting a good number.
Exactly.
Like there's the Caitlin Clark effect. Like they're the most popular team. Everybody wants to bet them and stuff. So if you have a reason to bet the other team, and like I said, Seattle are good. We're talking about a 9-5 team. I think they went 0-2 to start the season too. So like they are good. They're on a little bit of a roll. Teams get fired up to beat Caitlin Clark as well. But you guys could all win too with the points in the game. 33-32. All right, we'll get into some CFL on the other side, but we got a minute or two before the break. And McKinnis, I saw you saw some of my comments today on X about Luke Wilson. And, listen, week 1, he came out and he started calling out fans. And I thought he was just sort of trying to stir the pot to get to get some buzz going. And he would say, it's all in good fun. Let's build the league. But as it's gone on, it's gotten more mean-spirited. And now he just starts blocking people. And for people who are wondering, so Luke Wilson, 8-year NFL vet with the Seattle Seahawks, he's Canadian. he's on TSN. It covers the league, but he wasn't never on CFL coverage before. He does like NFL coverage on Sunday nights for them. And they put him on the sidelines on Friday night, which I thought at first would be a good idea until he's talking about how bad the league is on TV and about how the game sucks and the Argos suck and the rules suck and 3 downs is stupid and they should change this and change that. And like I said, I got nothing against the guy, McInnes, but I didn't know that he was a self-appointed commissioner of the CFL. It's like, dude, like, good for you. You played on the Seattle Seahawks. Don't come in here. We'll do 3 games on the sidelines and tell us what to change. Like, seriously. And he says, oh, I love the CFL. So when you love the CFL, you want 4 downs, bro. No, you know what I mean? You want 4 downs. We like the Rouge the way it is with a single point.
Yeah,
like, that's the quirks
single.
of the league. He's like, oh, it's stupid. They got a point for this. And there were a ton of penalties in the game. It's like, yeah, because every NFL game's a work of art, Cam, right? Like, the CFL gets dumped on enough. They get dumped on enough. They don't need a guy on a damn broadcast that's working for the league, like ripping the league. That's the way I look at it.
And you're ripping good fans, guys who actually like the best fans of teams and loyal and everything. It's like, what's the deal, bro? Like, where'd you come from? Aren't you supposed to like promote the league? You know, I'm with you, Morency. I think it's wrong. You know what? The NFL is great. The CFL is great. Just separate them. I hate the stupid comparisons. Can't 2 things be good at once?
Yeah, and we'll get McInnes. We'll get your thoughts on the other side. We're coming up against it, but I don't see, like, honestly, how he does the game this Friday. Like, everybody hates his guts. Like, people that like the CFL hate him now. It's like they don't want to see him.
We are seeing unbelievable temperature surges over the past couple days. So I wanted to ask you this question to let the people know, like, how do we account for that in our handicapping? Like, 2 good pitchers on the mound, but you look at a place like Wrigley Field, let's just say, 20-mile-an-hour winds blowing out, 90-plus degree temperatures. Is it almost like you say to yourself, you just have to fade the environment and not worry about the pitchers, because if we're hitting fly balls, they're going yard?
Pro Baseball Today, only on SportsGrid.
Their team total is 19.5 wins. I told you to go under, and it's by far the best bet I have recommended on this network in 4 years. They can't get out of their own way. And now Sloot is out for the year. Let's hope Sloot gets back, because I respect the hell out of Sloot, and I want her to go out on her own terms. Hopefully we'll have her back for the 26th season.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
Kevin Durant, at the age of 36 years old, after 17 seasons that he has played in the NBA DRS, is now on his way to H-Town.
I don't think it's a great move. I wanted him to go to a ready-made championship team full of a veteran roster and see if he can ring chase that way. Not to go to an organization on the come-up that if you just stay the course, and also, what better blueprint do we have than just staying the course and okay, safe, right?
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high, but the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that roof. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of 15.5-point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. That's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
This is SportsRage. I am Morency, the Pistol Players, the Hustlers, the people, the bus, everyone listening between. I want to get into some picks, but the Luke Wilson stuff is lit the internet up. I got a ton of responses today about it. Like I said, all right, fine. You got opinions, and we all know there's some bad games in the CFL sometimes. But at the same point in time, there's bad games in every league. If you watch the UFL this year, someone should make Luke Wilson like stand on the sidelines of the UFL every week, and they only want to shoot himself if he's crying about the CFL. So, like, you know what I mean? And the thing is, Ken, He said that the game was hot-ass garbage. He's talking about the game the other night we were on that was awesome at the end with Saskatchewan and Toronto. He's like, oh, it doesn't matter that there was a great game at the end in the fourth quarter. The rest of the game sucked. It took 3.5 hours. There was 22 penalties. He started pointing out all the mistakes the Argos made. It's week 3, bro. They have 1 million injuries. It's week 3. And we didn't know that you were like Vince Lombardi, bro. I didn't know that Luke Wilson was the godfather of football camp. What Luke says is goes. Like, you know what I mean? Oh, you played for the Seattle Seahawks. Does anyone really remember? The only reason we know that, actually, you tell us that every time we see you on TV, right? No one remembers you on the Seahawks, bro. Right?
I watched a lot of Rice Owl football games too, and they could be pretty damn bad. And that's where he went to school.
The guy played for Rice, and he's squawking about football quality.
Have you seen Rice play? Yeah, I've seen the Rice Owl play too many times for my liking. But anyway, this is the thing that I don't understand with this. You come and work for a league, yet you're ripping the league that the channel you work for is the lone broadcaster for the league, except for CBS Sports in the States. I just don't understand the whole shtick just to get people angry the first time. Like, what's the deal?
If I did that on the air for TSN, I'd get fired before halftime.
Oh, of course you would. You'd be gone. Cane right on the air.
They'd be like, what are you, insane?
Exactly.
It's not rocket science. And I understand not everybody should be an ass kisser to the league, right?
Yeah.
But, and McKinnis, I know you think that, well, you know what? You know what I mean? Some people don't criticize the league enough. I don't disagree with that, right? There's some of these dudes in Edmonton and Saskatchewan or whatever, Regina, whatever, like that. These guys will die on this hill, like even if it's a 1-0 game, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, so I totally get that. I get that, but it's like the fact of the matter is the league has done well for 110 years, right? And he shows up, does 3 games, and starts like calling everybody out. Everybody sucks. And it's to the point, like Bo Levi Mitchell called him out today and said, just shut up, bro. Yeah. Right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, so now players, so that's what I'm saying. I don't see how he's welcome on a sideline. Like, why are players going to want to talk to this guy during a game if he says that they suck? Now, he didn't say the player sucks. I don't want to put words in his mouth. But if you call the game hot-ass garbage, like, you know what I mean? It's kind of, it is what it is. But what's the millennial opinion from McKinnis, who thinks the old people are dumb like Luke Wilson does? What's your take?
Well, I guess I'm just trying to see his perspective a little bit, and let's not act like that Skip Bayless and Colin Cowherd and Stephen A. Smith and Kendrick Perkins talking about basketball in the States and some of these football takes that we see in the States are all just the most quality and positive and sunshine and rainbows takes. They're awful.
Yeah, but they're not standing courtside
and rip the network.
You're not standing on the sideline going, this sucks.
I know, but here's the point. Number one, we're talking about it right now. Number two, the social engagement has gone up more than ever has because of him. The CFL reached out
because
to me.
People hate him.
I'm excited to tell you guys, actually, I'm going to be a creator partner this summer with the CFL as of next week. They need a younger demographic. They need more people getting engaged. I think that he is purposely being an antagonist. He is being the guy that's going to stir things up. I'm not saying it's the right thing to do, but when you see a guy that just splashed into the scene the way he's done, and for us to be talking about this on Sports Rage late night, it's obviously rattling people. And I think that that's the thing, is that the CFL overall, I mean, when you watch the panel, right? And a lot of times when I watch the panel, it's usually late at night when I'm just hanging out, or if I'm happy I cashed a winner, I want to hear them talk about that winning bet that I just cashed. They're just saying positive things. Like, I've never really seen them at halftime come into a game. Like, I think fresh in my mind, and I get what you're saying, Gabe, not sideline reporters, but I think back to a bad game that Indiana had the Pacers against the Thunder. And at halftime, every single member of the panel absolutely crapped all over the Pacers. So they're playing terrible ball. Halliburton looks horrible. It's not going well, yada, yada, yada. So all of a sudden, some guy comes on the scene, has a few bad things to say about this game and a couple things about the league.
No, but McKinnis...
Look how young he is, Gabe. Look at how old everybody is.
Because there's a massive difference between criticizing a player's play and saying that the league sucks and the rules are stupid. Right? It's not the same comparison. It's a massive difference. Like Luke Wilson's, he's fair to criticize, say, listen, the quarterback should have made that pass, right? But he's like the stupidity of the Argonauts. They didn't have enough men on the field. Like, it's mocking, bro, right? It's not like some sort of it's not analysis. He's just being a dick. Let's just call it out for what it is.
For the record, I just want to put it on record. I'm not defending this guy. I've just seen it enough over the past few weeks where it seems very clear to me that there's a agenda here. I feel like the word agenda is it's a pretty key word here. There's something that he's specifically trying to do. And I know that you don't agree with me on this, Gabe, and I've never worked in television like you guys have, but it seems to me like he is stirring the pot, stirring the mix. And when I got reached out to by the CFL, it's clear they want a demographic more engaged. When you scroll on TikTok, guys, you scroll for maybe 2 or 3 seconds, and if that video engages you, you keep watching. Right now, people that don't even like the CFL are like, what the hell is going on? Why are people mad at this guy? What's going on? Because everybody Luke Wilson's arguing with is over the age of like 55, 60 years old. He's playing like young guy versus old guy.
That's not, for the record, McKiss, he's 35 years old, bro. He's not 17.
He's not that young.
But
he's a 35-year-old man.
He's not 50 or 60.
No, the thing is, the shtick is like.
So you think everybody, that's the stupidest thing. You
far.
think everybody that disagrees with him is a 60-year-old man, McKinnis?
No. That's putting words in my mouth now.
You just
put words in my mouth.
No.
That's what you just said.
There's young guys who like the CFL. The majority of the demographic.
You said everyone that disagrees with him and argue him is 50 or 60 years old.
The people that I'm seeing.
Is Bo Levi Mitchell 50 and 60 years old, or players in the league 50 and 60 years old?
Reporters.
We are seeing unbelievable temperature surges over the past couple days. So I wanted to ask you this question to let the people know, like, how do we account for that in our handicapping? Like, 2 good pitchers on the mound, but you look at a place like Wrigley Field, let's just say, 20-mile-an-hour winds blowing out, 90-plus degree temperatures. Is it almost like you say to yourself, you just have to fade the environment and not worry about the pitchers, because if we're hitting fly balls, they're going yard?
Pro Baseball Today, only on SportsGrid.
Their team total is 19.5 wins. I told you to go under, and it's by far the best bet I have recommended on this network in 4 years. They can't get out of their own way. And now Sloot is out for the year. Let's hope Sloot gets back, because I respect the hell out of Sloot, and I want her to go out on her own terms. Hopefully we'll have her back for the 26th season.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
Kevin Durant, at the age of 36 years old, after 17 seasons that he has played in the NBA DRS, is now on his way to H-Town.
I don't think it's a great move. I wanted him to go to a ready-made championship team full of a veteran roster and see if he can ring chase that way. Not to go to an organization on the come-up that if you just stay the course, and also, what better blueprint do we have than just staying the course and okay, safe, right?
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high, but the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that roof. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
Just a little flyer, couple of 15.5-point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. That's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
This is SportsRage. Get a little heated here. A little heat on the Twisted Tuesday. Look forward to Rick Saratella joining me later. A more positive guest than Andrew McKinnis.
Yes, I love all leagues of football, Morency. It's a fabulous sport.
Yeah, Rick comes on. I love the UFL, college, NFL. Let's talk football, Gabe.
I love football.
I got to tell you this, Gabe. My girlfriend just texted me and said, everything going on, everything okay upstairs? I heard something fall and I hear you yelling.
Yeah, exactly. You're on the show.
It's all good. It's all good. We love it, kids. All right, so time is flying by here, and El Salvador and Canada are getting into it right now. Still scoreless at like the 48th minute.
I don't like this.
Of this
we
game.
need a goal. I need this. Like, we gotta let's get a move on here. 1-0.
I hate to say this. I don't think we're as good as we thought we were.
I'm with you, right? It started off real nice against Honduras. Then it's kind of like,
I don't know. It's like, do something when it matters. It's freaking score here, guys. Come on. It looks like they got a chance coming up here. But we love McInnes. We love him bringing the heat here. I don't know. His take. He sounds like he's a pro Luke Wilson guy though in all of this. But we'll continue the conversation next week. What do you like this week in the CFL?
The old man's
All
league.
I'm gonna say, he better say a few nice things. That guy better show a nice side of him soon, because so far we haven't really seen a nice side of him. You know what? It's kind of a weird week, Gabe. Here, I'll tell you what. I couldn't have been more wrong about the BC side last week. I'm going to kind of work backwards here because I like BC again. You know, I struck out with BC, but in this one, I think Rourke's going to play. So I got the 5.5. But even if he doesn't play, I'm happy with that 5.5 regardless. Saskatchewan's undefeated. They've played 3 teams in the East, and I think they've made it look really easy in those games. This is the first time they've played a Western Conference opponent. So I think BC coming off that loss against Winnipeg, BC actually has the number 1 passing defense. Saskatchewan, the second worst passing defense. I've locked in plus 5.5 on the Lions. And same thing for Montreal. Like, look, this spot here for Hamilton is maybe something I'd look at in the middle of August. The fact that it's not even July yet, I don't care they're off a bye week. I don't care Montreal's off a travel spot. And even if it's MBT and not Davis Alexander, I'm still going to take the Alouettes. So I'm kind of looking at them here on the road. I locked in the minus 2.5. Edmonton, Alex, Winnipeg, Blue Bombers. Guys, I was able to get Edmonton plus 20.5 last week live. Like, how could I ever
hold
take
on,
them?
McInnes. Hold on. We've got breaking news here. Jonathan
Canada?
David taking a penalty kick right now. Plus, we got the odds boost plus 150. And you got to bury this. This is before the end of the half. We're still in extra time in the first half. Come on, David. Here it's coming up here right now. All right. A little bit of drama here. Let's go.
Come on. Come on.
He got stopped. I can't believe it. He got saved.
I'm like you now, Morency. This is SportsRage.
That was a weak-ass attempt, too. I was like, oh, he's going to score for sure. Like, that was a weak-ass attempt.
What's going on here? El Salvador?
Like, I would have stopped that. Like, he just sort of, like, lobbed it in. Like, what the hell was that, bro?
Where did he put it? Where did he go?
I just don't know what to say.
It went, like, top left. Except it wasn't like he didn't drill it. Like, the goalie, like, easily. I'm seeing here's the replay. You know, like, it was one of those, he half kicked it. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't follow through. Like, he sort of but it didn't go top shelf. He tried to just sort of lob it top shelf, but weak-ass attempt. And it's been a problem. Like I said, I don't even get mad at these guys, man. Like, remember, guys, Alphonso Davies missed a kick in the freaking World Cup against Belgium, Cam. Like, they could have won. He was, you know, like, enough's enough. Like, at some point, bury this stuff, bro. Like, you had a perfect opportunity with a minute left in the half. And what kind of kick was that? Like, if I'm Juventus, I'm like, what the hell, bro? I'm going to give you like $40 million a year. What do you got to make of this? Scott. All right. So you're going to go on, McInnes.
Just lost the other one. Edmonton. You're talking Edmonton? Elks football?
Yeah. I mean, look, at this point, guys.
Word is they're changing their name back to the Eskimos next year.
Are they really? All that for nothing? Yeah. I told you, they said this before. Like, an Eskimo is in when you go up north.
I'm just throwing it out there. Yeah. Where it is, they're throwing it out there.
Anyway.
Maybe they'll start to win again. At the end of the day, guys, I don't think 9.5 is enough. I don't even think 10's enough. I would play Winnipeg or pass. But what I'm going to probably do is play Winnipeg first half. The number I saw was minus 6.5. Winnipeg are notorious good starters. They're notoriously good first half teams. As we saw last week, Edmonton's a notorious good second half team. I mean, look at Trey Ford's numbers. If I showed you guys Trey Ford's numbers and didn't tell you the score, you'd be like, oh yeah, that guy had a great game. That guy played really well. He had like 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. Give me minus 6.5 on Winnipeg. And my contrarian play of the week is Ottawa, Toronto under 52.5.
Andrew McInnes, what'd you talk?
We are seeing unbelievable temperature surges over the past couple days. So I wanted to ask you this question to let the people know, like, how do we account for that in our handicapping? Like, two good pitchers on the mound, but you look at a place like Wrigley Field, let's just say, 20-mile-an-hour winds blowing out, 90-plus degree temperatures. Is it almost like you say to yourself, you just have to fade the environment and not worry about the pitchers, because if we're hitting fly balls, they're going yard?
Pro Baseball Today, only on SportsGrid.
Their team total is 19.5 wins. I told you to go under, and it's by far the best bet I have recommended on this network in 4 years. They can't get out of their own way. And now Sloot is out for the year. Let's hope Sloot gets back, because I respect the hell out of Sloot, and I want her to go out on her own terms. Hopefully we'll have her back for the 26th season.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
Kevin Durant, at the age of 36 years old, after 17 seasons that he has played in the NBA DRS, is now on his way to H-Town.
I don't think it's a great move. I wanted him to go to a ready-made championship team full of a veteran roster and see if he can ring chase that way. Not to go to an organization on the come-up that if you just stay the course, and also, what better blueprint do we have than just staying the course and okay, safe, right?
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high, but the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that roof. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
Just a little flyer, couple of 15.5-point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. That's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
All right, somebody's going to get shot in this soccer game soon.
Somebody's going to get shot.
Yeah, I'm telling you, no, seriously, like a dude on El Salvador just got kicked.
Somebody's going to get
like,
shot.
seriously, kid. He had a penalty kick and then after a red card. But as the guy on Canada was about to take a free kick, somebody threw like a beer at him. An El Salvadorian fan. They're throwing bottles on the field now with the Canada players.
It's getting crazy.
Yeah, it is. It is getting crazy. And I swear to God, like, is that first half finally over right now? Man, this thing's gone on forever. Yeah, the first half is done. El Salvador looks like
Did you bet
they look
first
pretty
half?
tired. No.
Like minus a half goal or anything? Thank God we didn't, because we need a big second half now after that debacle. That's a joke. Can't even score a goal against El Salvador? Come on, Canada, get it together. Please.
Seems like the ref just gave someone else a red card on the pitch right now on the way off, too, as well. All right, we got the Philly Godfather ready to step up and in here in a minute. 45-39 for the Indiana Fever over the Seattle Storm right now. So the Fever are balling. In-game totals 165.5. Kind of feels like it can get there. I still can't believe Jonathan David didn't score on the penalty kick. We could have hit the plus 150 odds boost with the goal. What's going on, Philly Godfather? How you doing tonight?
Great, man. Woke up today. I'm happy. Book's doing well. Doing all right, man. Having a good summer, Gabe.
Good. I saw you hit. I was going to say we got to reset the audio's. We got a problem, but it seems to have cleared off here. But yeah, I saw you had a piece of the Oklahoma City Thunder as a future pick, cashing another future, and you've been damn good with the futures over the years. And all it takes is a couple, right? You win one, and it carries into the other one and the other leagues. It's like these contests in Vegas. You win some money once, you play with house money for the rest of your life. But what did you get the Thunder price at?
Yeah, we took them back in September, plus 750. We were out to Fontainebleau, and I was hanging out with my buddy Billy out there. And we just ended up with 7 tickets on them at plus 750. And the way they won the championship kind of surprised me a little bit. They were kind of lucky with Halliburton getting hurt and all, but I think they were the better team. To me, they were the most underrated 68-win NBA team, and I've seen in a long time. No one wanted to give them credit. They were really young, but they got the job done, and we made some money, and that's all that matters.
If it was another team, if it was the Lakers or the Knicks that won 84 games in a season, right? Won 84 games when it was all said and done in the season. There would be the debate, are they the greatest ever, and this and that. But Oklahoma City, they never got any of that type of love. But you know what's really impressive about the Oklahoma City Thunder, guys? They finished the season with 84 wins, but they went 66-36-4 against the spread on the year. And that's pretty crazy, Philly Golf, when you consider they were big favorites a lot, too, during the year, right? Like, they laid 14.5, 12.5. Like, they legit murdered teams all year. Like, if you look at their margin of victory, they are one of the best teams ever, even though no one wants to say that.
Yeah, I think it was like 13 points, their average margin of victory. Last year's Celtics team was 11, and as good as that Nuggets team was a couple of years ago, I think they were just at +3. They won over 80% of the road games this season. This was a real good team, and people didn't want to give them respect. And I get it. You know, they were young, and you saw it in a lot of these games on the road in the playoffs where they won over 80% of the road games during the regular season. The playoffs, they struggled a little bit. They didn't cover the number. But that, you know, to me, the bookmaker had that built in. So you were, you know, if you're looking to take OKC on the road this year, you were betting into an inflated price. And but still, they covered 64-65% of their games this year. It's one of the best teams I've seen in a long time, Gabe.
Yeah, dominant performance by the Oklahoma City Thunder. And if Halliburton didn't get hurt, it is a shame. Maybe, you know, the game probably would have been closer. I think they probably would have covered the spread. But I still think Oklahoma City probably would have found a way to win. But one thing, guys, it's always cliche, and the odds makers always make, the team that won the favorite the next year, and the media always, this team's going to be tough to beat for the next couple of years. And we've seen in the last 9 years, whatever it is in the NBA, since like 2018, 9 years since 2018, we've had a new champion every year in the league. But, guys, one thing with the Oklahoma City Thunder, they literally are only 25 years old. They have an average age of 25 years old. And you saw it, Philly Godfather. We were laughing about it. You'll like this, Cam. Chet Holmgren, after the game, he's at the podium, and they're like, "How's life, Chet?" He goes, "Man, I've been through so much in my life, and I've been ridiculed, and I've been injured and stuff, but now I'm an NBA champion, and I got this Michelob here. Life is good." It was a Michelob.
Oh, Michelob.
Yeah.
I like Michelob better.
He holds it up.
Michelob.
He goes, "I got this Michelob." He looks at it. He goes, "I got this Michelob, and yeah, it's all good." He takes a sip of the drink.
What the best was, Morency? I saw your tweet
and Philly
afterwards.
Godfather goes, "I bet you he knows what sour diesel and purple haze is."
Yeah.
Right?
The best was, I've never seen more full corked bottles of champagne.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you guys do? You don't drink?
They
like
didn't drink
Morency
it.
and the Godfather. I know. It's like, give it to us. I couldn't believe it.
You saw the picture.
It was ridiculous.
The table was full. All the bottles
I
were
couldn't
still
believe
there.
it. You don't think the Florida Panthers are knocking on the door? Give us the booze, you jerk. We're thirsty.
I know one thing, Gabe. I know Cam can spell Michelob backwards 3-4 times.
Oh, I can, Philly Godfather, yes.
Michelob. I got my Michelob.
That is the best slogan. Michelob.
I just like, too, that it's the title sponsor of the league, and he has no idea.
He doesn't even know what a Michelob is.
I don't know. It's Michelob.
Yeah, good. Purple haze, good kush.
The Oklahoma City Thunder players did not know how to open champagne. They were given the bottles, and Alex Caruso had to open it for everybody.
Yeah, a veteran.
Caruso's like the only guy that drinks, Cam. Caruso's like, "Give me the bottle." He's cracking the bottles for everybody. I saw Jalen Williams of the Thunder told a great story yesterday. He said, because they was asked about it, they said, "You guys really seem, he didn't drink that much." And he goes, "I got to be honest with you." He goes, "No one on our team really drinks." He goes, "We don't really drink alcohol on our team." But this was funny. He goes, "But we were so sure." He goes, "We knew we were going to win the championship. So we started drinking for the last 2 months to build our tolerance for tonight."
What is happening here?
I like the cockiness. He goes, "We knew we were going to win, so we actually been practicing." He said, "We've been practicing drinking for 2 months for this."
That is the best. Wow.
One day you might see dispensary stores sponsoring the NBA. You never know, Gabe.
We're getting there, right? I never thought there'd be NFL players handing out their weed strains on Media Row at Super Bowl, so I'm never going to say never. Never going to say never to anything, but it is true. The Oklahoma City Thunder, Like even today, like at their parade. Remember like J.R. Smith at the parade, guys? He was walking around with no shirt, like double-fisted bottles of vodka, just wasted.
What are the Raptors gave Norm Powell's like,
the Raptors were like, Marcus Gasol nearly fell off the float. They were like, bro, you're wasted. You got to like, you know what I mean?
Dude, I've been partying.
Like, the Thunder today were all sober, picking up babies, taking pictures of people. I was like, you guys didn't even party, did you? Like, Philly Godfather, the Florida Panthers are still drunk. They won the cup last week. They're literally ringing strangers' doorbells in Florida. Ding dong, hey, we won the cup. That's how sad it is in Florida. Like, they have no one to celebrate with. They're just randomly ringing doorbells with the Stanley Cup. Barkov's all wasted. Yeah, exactly. Barkov's all wasted, Kevin. Oh, I'm Barkov. I'm on the Panthers. We won the cup. It's like, good for you, buddy. Get off my lawn. You got shot, Philly Godfather, in some parts. Eh? Some guys at your door. Hey, honey, there's two drunk big guys in my door. You got Sam Bennett and Barkov's all wasted on your doorstep.
I can't get over this Michelob stuff, man. That's
because life's humor. Good. I got my Michelob.
Enter into the magical world of McLuck.com, where even the smallest of spins can win real cash prizes. Adventure into over 1,000 of the best Vegas-style slot games. So what are you waiting for? Unlock your free welcome offer today. Join the fun where winners play and players win.
Two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching!
Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results.
What? How do you do this once?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're gonna go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's gonna help me get the job done. There is not gonna be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Did you know sportsbooks tend to draw up tighter bet lines for events that get even more bettors, like championship games or major matchups? My tip, try betting on less popular sports. You might have a better shot at beating those odds. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
One thing we'll say about SGA, the kid has got ice in his veins. Like I said, like, guy won an NBA championship. Everybody's sort of like never seen less talk about them drinking, but even a reaction when they won the championship on the court, it was almost like a regular season game. They just went over the Pacers, shook their hands, hugged people. SGA put his championship hat on, didn't really even crack a smile. And, yeah, it was kind of anticlimactic in that way, but great point by Pat Foster here at the Grid saying, they're all kids, right? Like, seriously, think about a Philly Godfather, right? They're 23, 22, 25 on that team. They haven't struggled in the NBA. They haven't, cried and died to get a championship. Not taking anything away from them. They're a badass team.
Mm-hmm.
But we just talked about it. They killed everybody all year. They were so confident they were practicing drinking camps. So, by the time they won, it was like, well, it's over. We won. You know what I mean?
Picking up drinking. It's like picking up smoking when you're 55.
Yeah. We better build our tolerance for when we win the championship.
That is
the buses were painted already. It was a done deal. You saw pictures of the buses that said NBA champs on them. They wanted to go back and probably play some PlayStation or something, or whatever they're playing these
You're
days.
Right.
Good call.
You're right. We'd all be out. I'd still be, we'd all be out at the club still 3 days. I'm an effing champion, baby, going off. You're right. I can just picture it. There's guys on the Thunder already at home playing Minecraft right now or something. Just chilling out. But remember the best was Jokic when he won? He's like, I'm glad it's over. I just want to go to my horses. I'm done. I'm glad it's over. He wasn't happy either. He goes, I'm glad it's over. And they said, really, you're glad it's over? And he goes, aren't you happy when work is over? It was like, whoa. He's just it was a great line. It's like, it's work, baby. I'm done. I'm going back to Serbia to be with my horses. But Philly Godfather with us. So coming off the legendary pick of the Oklahoma City Thunder. Next sport up. I guess is NFL right now as far as future mode, right? And college football.
Yeah,
what have you pulled the trigger on college?
I haven't really done much. I took Archie Manning at 9-1 to win the Heisman. I do like Texas' chances this year. I do like Penn State's chances. Really haven't fired yet on them. I did take what else did I take? Game 1, Texas. I took Texas +3 already. I bet that for a big amount. Took them on the money line as well. I think the game kicks off August 30th. So I like Texas this year. I haven't bet them to win it all yet, but I'm leaning that way.
And NFL football, of course, the Philadelphia Eagles are defending Super Bowl champions. Do you think they're going to defend the title, or do you think there's going to be a new winner this year?
It's always hard to repeat in the NFL, man, unless you're the Chiefs or the Patriots. I can't remember the last time they did that. I mean, the first half of the season this year for the Eagles, I mean, other than the Chiefs and they played Tampa Bay in the first 8 games, it's kind of easy. But then the second half of the schedule gets really tough. I think they play the Packers, Lions, Chargers. They play Dallas in Dallas. And then they got to play the Commanders twice and the Bills in Week 16. So that's going to be a little rough second half of the season. Their season win total set at 11.5. I kind of like the under a little bit. I haven't bet it yet. But I can see them winning less than 11.5 games this year. They lost a bunch of guys on the defensive side. Bunch of veterans, going to be hard to replace. They're going to have a real young defense. I think they're going to have some growing pains there. So, and it's hard to win the NFC East 2 years in a row. Let's be honest, man. When's the last time that happened? Commanders got better. The Cowboys, what's their season win total? 7.5. They could surprise some
I'm
people.
leaning over with the Cowboys.
I could see that a little bit.
The Eagles, 11.5. The division's better. We know Washington is good now. I know, it's easy. Oftentimes, a kid quarterback will come in and he's always going to take the league over, and we get too carried away. But Jaden Daniels seems like someone we can believe in, and Washington looked like a real football team. So you got Washington. I think the Cowboys, listen, the Cowboys, say what you will about them, bro, everybody. They lose in the playoffs, but Dak wins games in the regular season. When Dak is healthy, the Cowboys have won double-digit games all the time, right? And it's 7.5 now. I think people have kind of given up on them a little bit. The Giants, I don't know. I think the Giant win total might be a little light, actually. I don't know. People have them being the worst team in the NFL. I'm not buying into the Giants going to be that bad, actually. But it does feel, as far as futures, guys, doesn't it kind of feel, Philly Godfather, like this is the Bills' year? I know that we've said that in the past, but it kind of feels like it's Bills or bust this year. And I like the symmetry of the Super Bowl being in Josh Allen's basically hometown of San Francisco. Josh is not his hometown, but he's from Northern California, etc. So I like that sort of symmetry here. He just got married. He won the MVP. Guy's done everything he can do in his career and his life except win an effing Super Bowl, Godfather.
Yeah, I went over 11.5 wins for them already. They don't travel much this season. They're probably going to be favored in every game, this year.
They are
four
favored in
toughest
every game, actually. Yeah.
That division,
Yeah,
too. They should be able to slaughter teams, right? Like Miami could be injuries. The Jets, they're a joke. Like, and New England, like that's the whole thing, Gabe. Like their division, they should. I like the over 11.5 as well.
Yeah, I think they get there. And the four toughest games they have all season against the Ravens, Chiefs, Eagles, and Bengals, they're all at home. So that makes it a little easier. Maybe they get tripped up in Week 12 against the Texans at Houston. But other than that, this is the team that's going to win at least 12 games. You might see them win up to 15 games on the year. That division, like you guys said, got weak with the Jets and the Dolphins regressing. The Patriots got a little better. I don't know if they win 9 games. Their season win total set at 8.5, but they're going to be right there. They got a better coaching staff, a real coach this year. But yeah, I like the Bills to win the Super Bowl. I already bet them plus 700, 7-1 on your money. And I bet them, I laid 240 for them to win the division as well.
One thing with the Buffalo Bills, we've seen that they're not invincible at home. They can't lose at home, but the Chiefs always end up with a better record than them all the time, right? If the Bills are going to win the Super Bowl, they need to just have one of these years, go freaking 16-1 type of deal, go 15-2. And it's not so much about the home field guys, but minimize the games you have to play. You see with the Eagles, right? You make your life a hell of a lot easier, man. You play 2 games at home, you go to the Super Bowl, right? Not this, we're playing in week 1 of the playoffs, and eventually it's going to catch up to you as you go on. Philly Godfather, congratulations on the success of the book. Where can people find the book and find you online?
Yeah, you can buy the book at phillybooked.com. If you buy it there, you'll get an autographed copy. Or you can go to Amazon or Barnes & Noble. They're print to order, so you'll get that the next day. And it's just thank you for all the support. Thank you for all the love and the success of my book, man. Appreciate it.
Hey, good stuff, Philly Godfather. Always a pleasure.
You got it, guys.
Still scoreless right now. Second half has just started, 48th minute.
We are seeing unbelievable temperature surges over the past couple days. So I wanted to ask you this question to let the people know, like, how do we account for that in our handicapping? Like, 2 good pitchers on the mound, but you look at a place like Wrigley Field, let's just say, 20-mile-an-hour winds blowing out, 90-plus degree temperatures. Is it almost like you say to yourself, you just have to fade the environment and not worry about the pitchers, because if we're hitting fly balls, they're going yard?
Pro Baseball Today, only on SportsGrid.
Their team total is 19.5 wins. I told you to go under, and it's by far the best bet I have recommended on this network in 4 years. They can't get out of their own way. And now Sloot is out for the year. Let's hope Sloot gets back, because I respect the hell out of Sloot, and I want her to go out on her own terms. Hopefully we'll have her back for the 26th season.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
Kevin Durant, at the age of 36 years old, after 17 seasons that he has played in the NBA DRS, is now on his way to H-Town.
I don't think it's a great move. I wanted him to go to a ready-made championship team full of a veteran roster and see if he can ring chase that way. Not to go to an organization on the come-up that if you just stay the course, and also, what better blueprint do we have than just staying the course than OKC, right?
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high, but the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that roof. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
Just a little flyer, couple of 15.5-point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. That's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
This is SportsRage. I am Gabriel Morency, SportsGrid Radio and Television Network, Sirius XM Channel 159. Scoreless in the 51st minute right now. Canada have already had a couple of chances to start this second half, but you can see they're not arguing with each other, but they're starting to get frustrated with each other. Team Canada right now. There's just an errant pass in the box, and there's a little bit of finger pointing going on here. Like I said, it's been a humbling experience, I think, for Canada soccer. Still a lot of football left, though. 40 minutes left in the game. We're in the 52nd minute. And we should note El Salvador are playing. They've now got 2 red cards. So we talked about one guy getting kicked out of the game. And then I said when we were going to break and they were going to break at the half. And as they were going to break, I saw the referee really mad, bust out a red card. And I was like, that's not a replay because this is happening at center field. And the red card was in the box before. So I was like, this is different. I mean, if you guys recall, I sort of said going to the break, I said, I think we got another red card here. And they turfed the El Salvadorian coach from the game now. And nice. we got ourselves a no!
Yes!
Canada!
Jonathan
David.
There you go. Double trouble. There you go. Oh man, if we got that earlier goal, it would have been 2-0. We were sitting pretty, but we'll take it.
We got to bury one more now. Bury one more. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Jonathan David. I like Jonathan David now, Cam. He's pointing to the heavens like this and stuff. It's like, bro, you missed the penalty kick 10 minutes ago.
Exactly.
Right? Chill out.
More.
Yeah. All right, Juventus deal is back on. If I'm the agent, I'm like, all right, we're back in business here. You know what's crazy? He misses the penalty kick, and now he just scores a crazy goal where he beat 3 defenders. So it happens.
Are you telling me El Salvador right now are playing with how many men? They got 2 guys off?
They're down
Is that what
2
you're
now.
telling me? Oh God, the floodgates could open here. That's a problem for them. We just keep on
they're
attacking.
down. No, they're down 1, and the coach is kicked out. So
okay.
Yeah, they're down, but two red cards. 1-0 Canada. Still a lot of time left, and chance to bury another one. Like I say, Canada are starting to look a little bit better here. I like that they're spreading. You got to spread the field out. It's like football. Soccer's like football. You spread the field out like wide receivers. You create space. You use your speed, and then you start crossing into lanes like a slant pass. In all the sport, you know what I mean? It's very sort of in a way. The teams that are really good in soccer, like the best world-class teams, they spread things out. Spread it out and push forward, spread it out, create space and speed. All right, I think we got the Michelob. Let's get this. The best of X. This is a good one here. I think we got here he is.
But for now, I got my Michelob Ultra joints, and these work more than fine. But for now, I got my Michelob Ultra joints, and these work more than fine.
Michelob, it's the best. Oh, Gabe, but just the fact is, you got to know Michelob through watching TV, and as opposed to the fact of Michelob. God, that's funny. That's one of the. That's amazing.
Guys, I'm telling you, these guys don't watch TV and stuff, bro.
Yeah, no, it's just different world. How do you know it's
Craig Carton told me the story about because Craig did the show with Boomer Esiason. Oh, Canada might score here again. Canada just scored again, 2-0.
Yes,
boom.
Yes. Can I get 3-0? I'm greedy.
There you go. Yeah, you said 3-0. That was your exact. You said 3-0 for the game. Yeah. The floodgates are opening. Like I said, the floodgates are opening. Now they're all over them, and they're scoring. They almost just scored easily. This one was it was like a 4-on-1.
I'm going more.
All right, Canada's angry, and they've exploded here right now. All right, we got another best of X, and I liked this one as well, if we can get to this one, Steve. And look at this. Kramer and Newman reunited.
Oh, so good. That's great. I forgot Newman and Kramer played for the Pirates. That's right.
Oh, no, the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Great.
There's a Newman and there's a Kramer, and they're sitting next to each other in the dugout here. It's just too good. For those of you on the radio, you could check it out online here on my Twitter. We watch the podcast here, the show. But, yeah, that's a great stuff. Newman and Kramer. Pittsburgh Pirates. Newman. That might be that's one of my favorite Seinfeld episodes, actually. That one with that. When Kramer finds the Merv Griffin set and he puts it in his Yeah.
Oh, that was so good. You're right. And then the eagle.
When he
like,
loses the
bird
talk show
attacks
set at the
yours.
end,
Yes, yes,
he goes, I'm not
yes.
sure I was ready to have my own talk show set.
Talk
Do a show every day.
We are seeing unbelievable temperature surges over the past couple days. So I wanted to ask you this question to let the people know, like, how do we account for that in our handicapping? Like, 2 good pitchers on the mound, but you look at a place like Wrigley Field, let's just say, 20-mile-an-hour winds blowing out, 90-plus degree temperatures. Is it almost like you say to yourself, you just have to fade the environment and not worry about the pitchers, because if we're hitting fly balls, they're going yard?
Pro Baseball Today, only on SportsGrid.
Their team total is 19.5 wins. I told you to go under, and it's by far the best bet I have recommended on this network in 4 years. They can't get out of their own way. And now Sloot is out for the year. Let's hope Sloot gets back, because I respect the hell out of Sloot, and I want her to go out on her own terms. Hopefully we'll have her back for the 26th season.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
Kevin Durant, at the age of 36 years old, after 17 seasons that he has played in the NBA DRS, is now on his way to H-Town.
I don't think it's a great move. I wanted him to go to a ready-made championship team full of a veteran roster and see if he can ring chase that way. Not to go to an organization on the come-up that if you just stay the course, and also, what better blueprint do we have than just staying the course and OKC, right?
The early line, only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high, but the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that roof. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of 15.5-point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. It's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
The Twisted Tuesday continues. This is SportsRage. I am Gabriel Morency. The pitch, the players, the hustlers, the Rick Saratellas, the people above them, and everybody else in between. Let's do this thing. As we are now 72 days away from the start of the National Football League regular season. Now, it should be noted, CFL football is in full swing. But now that the NBA season concluded, a lot of people start to look forward to the National Football League. Me and Rick Saratella talk about the National Football League 365 days a year. Let's do this thing. A lot of stuff to break down, Rick. Always a pleasure, man. AllAccessFootball.com, the founder of the NFL Draft Bible in the house. What's up, Rick?
Oh, Gabe, throw some ice water on me, baby. It's hot over here at the Jersey Shore. We got the AC cranking. And you're right. NFL has done a great job with the league calendar. I mean, this is about the slowest week of the calendar year you're going to get when it comes to the NFL. And I am excited for the CFL to take that summer stage. I'm looking forward to some of the games on deck, but buckle up, man. Exciting times.
Yeah, it's the calm before the storm right now, and it's the final time of the year for coaches to spend time with their wives and their kids, and maybe get that last little family vacation in before they don't talk to them for the next 6 months, right? And usually it's like, you know what I mean? Like you said, after the draft, it's sort of that June where the coaches, I went to Europe and, I did this and that. And now it gets down to business. But I've been watching this FIFA World Cup soccer stuff, Rick. And, man, it's hot as hell out there. And I can't help but think some of these NFL camps are going to be pretty vicious. They start earlier than ever, it seems, this year. Hell, the Buffalo Bills report July 15th.
Yeah, you hear about the dog days of August. We're going to get the mid-July, rookies are going to begin trickling into NFL training camps. And by July 20th, all veterans will be in training camp. I mean, this is the earliest the NFL has ever began. training camp. And so, I mean, if you take a look, it's just 3 weeks away.
So I want to talk about Travis Hunter right now because it is time to start looking at the odds and looking at the different props and the rookies of the year and all the different angles. I mean, hell, there's 350 million different things we can bet on. But I came across a prop, Travis Hunter, to win either the defensive or offensive rookie of the year at plus 375. So you're getting both positions at plus 375. And at first it sounds interesting. Okay, I'm getting, offense and defense, but he's not the best offensive player and he's not the best defensive player either. But what he does have is he has the media on his side, Rick, and they're going to follow him more than they follow anybody else.
Well, this might be a little bit of a sucker bet, right? Because the allure is Travis Hunter's the best overall player that came out in the draft. So, wow, that sounds pretty good. I get the best player. He just has to win one award, but it's difficult. I think it's even more difficult to win one of these awards when you're splitting up or divvying up your time. And, he's going to begin on offense. I don't know if he's really going to be an instant high impact player on offense. We'll see. Brian Thomas had about 1,400 yards receiving as a rookie. I mean, how many yards is Trevor Lawrence actually going to throw for? Because Brian Thomas is going to eat up a big chunk of that. So I believe Travis Hunter is actually a better cornerback, but he's going to begin on offense. Maybe at some point Jacksonville realizes he needs to be primarily a cornerback, but I feel like they have such a need on offense. They need firepower. They're almost forcing him to be a square peg into a round hole, but he's going to excel. You get him the ball in space. You let him do work. Like, he's going to have highlight reel type of plays. I just don't think he's this refined route runner that is going to come in and be a world beater on offense.
No, I don't know how many people actually watched him with the Colorado Buffaloes, and the majority of his touchdowns and plays were really on bubble screens, right? Just very simple, quick lateral, quick hook, quick, quick slant. Not a lot of deep down the field sort of route running. And you can tell by his route running in this, in the small clips that you see at him at camp, it's raw. I mean, it's extremely raw. I'm with you. He's a better defensive back than wide receiver. I mean, people seem to, that's why, and I respect the hell out of the kid, Rick, but slow down. He said, what I do is more impressive than what Shohei Ohtani does. It's like, bro, you caught a couple of bubble screens. You're not Jerry Rice on offense here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let's do something before we actually make any proclamations, okay? I mean, let's pump the brakes.
Shohei Ohtani. Oh, okay. Okay, kid. Well, listen, you can't say he's not confident. Hey, listen, last year, Rick, I told anyone who would listen, I know you were on board, we love Brian Thomas Jr., and I loved his touchdown prop. It was like 4.5 or something, whatever. It easily won. But how do you think Trevor Lawrence is going to do in this new offense with a new coordinator? He has the same numbers as Daniel Jones. I mean, people don't want to call out Trevor Lawrence as being a bust, but we're pretty good. We're kind of getting there, aren't we? In my opinion, we are.
Well, I don't think I would label him a bust, but I would say that he hasn't fulfilled expectations. He was drafted to be a franchise quarterback, change the way they do business, right? From a losing program to a winning program. That hasn't exactly transpired, but the young man had to deal with Urban Meyer his rookie year. I think that actually set him back. So I think he's done adequate, but yes, it's time for him to take the next step. I think the big question is this throwing arm injury. I mean, how much is he recovered? Is he 100%? Is that going to hinder him? But I mean, they've got to get it done. Like, there's got to be progress. I know there's a new regime, but at some point, they got to get back to the winning ways down there. They got to bring back that Saxonville flavor on defense and get the ball moving through the air on offense.
And speaking of Daniel Jones, it appears as though, and I told people on the show, you could get him at like plus 170 to be the starting quarterback in week 1 for the Indianapolis Colts. Richardson's already had injury setbacks in the offseason right now, and word out of Indy is it's going to be Daniel Jones in week 1.
Yeah, I know Richardson missed some time during the OTAs, and he may actually not be ready for the start of training camp, right? And so that's going to kind of put him...
It's going to put him behind the 8 ball.
Yeah, and, Daniel Jones, he might not be an efficient thrower of the football, but he's very cerebral and smart, so he's going to actually, have Shane Steichen at least feeling confident that he understands the playbook.
And Rick knows this, knows what I'm talking about. And Daniel Jones is the type of guy that'll fool everybody, too. He'll look great in practice. You know what I'm saying? And I like Daniel Jones. I'm more pro Daniel Jones than you are, but he's a great practice quarterback. But let's just be real. They're screwed.
Well, yeah.
Let's just be real. What's your opinion on Ballard? A lot of wasted picks, bro, on that football team.
Well, I've had a lot of off-the-record conversations about what's transpiring in Indianapolis. Chris Ballard is a scout. I mean, he's cut his teeth from humble beginnings, so he understands. I think he's had a couple of rough drafts here lately, and he needs to turn it around. He's got a good head coach, but you got to find a quarterback, and he's been able to not been able to do that. And if he doesn't do it fast, he's going to be out of there.
Offensive Rookie of the Year odds, Ashton Genty, plus 275. Co-favorite, along with Cam Ward at plus 275. And then Travis Hunter's plus 750. McMillan is 10-1 with the Panthers. Tyler Shuck, 11-1 with the Saints. Hampton, 14-1 with the Chargers. If you had to, I know you like Hampton. I know you like the Charger football team. Is he going to win Rookie of the Year? It's going to be tough for him because, I was going to say because he's a running back, but Genty's a running back as well. But the media is going to be looking for Genty. But if I had to pick, Rick, between Genty and Cam Ward to win Rookie of the Year, I'm going to say Cam Ward. I think Cam Ward will play well, actually. Yeah.
You do. You know what? I'm not so sure about that. I'm going to go Genty just because he's going to be the bell cow there. He's going to probably have over 300
Simpler
touches.
position, too. He doesn't have to think as much as a rookie, right? They're just going to give him the ball.
I mean, does Cam Ward have the weapons to succeed down there in Tennessee? Like, outside of Calvin Ridley, they brought in Tyler Lockett. I mean, that would have been cool 5 years ago. But, I mean, who's he throwing the ball to? There's no weapons.
Yeah. I know he's got Pollard and really. You know what though? I just think back to last year and how many games the Titans actually would have won if Will Levis didn't screw it up for them. But we'll hit this and more on the other side with Rick Saratella. The Twisted Tuesday, bring it.
We are seeing unbelievable temperature surges over the past couple days. So I wanted to ask you this question to let the people know, how do we account for that in our handicapping? Two good pitchers on the mound, but you look at a place like Wrigley Field, let's just say, 20-mile-an-hour winds blowing out, 90-plus degree temperatures. Is it almost like you say to yourself, you just have to fade the environment and not worry about the pitchers because if we're hitting fly balls, they're going yard?
Pro Baseball Today, only on SportsGrid.
Their team total is 19.5 wins. I told you to go under, and it's by far the best bet I have recommended on this network in 4 years. They can't get out of their own way. And now Sloot is out for the year. Let's hope Sloot gets back because I respect the hell out of Sloot, and I want her to go out on her own terms. Hopefully we'll have her back for the 26th season.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
Kevin Durant, at the age of 36 years old, after 17 seasons that he has played in the NBA DRS, is now on his way to H-Town.
I don't think it's a great move. I wanted him to go to a ready-made championship team full of a veteran roster and see if he can ring chase that way. Not to go to an organization on the come-up that if you just stay the course, and also, what better blueprint do we have than just staying the course and safe, right?
The early line, only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high, but the action isn't just on the field.
Rearranging that roof. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple 18.5-point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. It's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Twisted Tuesday continues. I am Gabriel Morency, SportsGrid Radio and Television Network. We're kicking it with Rick Saratella from the NFL Draft Bible, allaccessfootball.com. Let's talk some CFL football. I almost can't believe that we're going into week 4 already, Rick, man. Like, seriously, like we're going into week 4. We're a month in to the start of the CFL campaign, and the Edmonton Elks hit the road. Thursday night football, Winnipeg Blue Bombers, who have looked really good to start the season, 2-0 after beating the BC Lions twice. Now get the Edmonton Elks. They're 10-point favorites right now, Rick, in this game. The total is 50.5. Tough spot for Edmonton to be in. Montreal looks like the best team. Essentially there's like 3 good teams so far this year in the CFL. Montreal looks awesome. Winnipeg have looked really good, but let's see them, start to play everybody besides BC. They always beat BC. They've beaten them 9 of the last 11 times that they played. And the Rough Riders have looked, really solid this year as well. But what do you think about the Elks and the Bomber game?
Well, first of all, before we get into it, I know we have a little bit of a crossover with you being in Canada, me being in the States. I want to encourage all of my American brethren that over the next month until that NFL training camp season kicks off, you can catch about 16 games between now and next July 20th. Tune in. This week, next week, there's a game every night, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's up-tempo. It's high speed. There's some really very good players, such as Zach Collaros, who a lot of people might remember. 50 career wins, 200 career touchdowns last week. Quentin Cooley out of Liberty got some playing time in the backfield. And so I think Winnipeg, I was a member of that Edmonton squad last year. Winnipeg was our hurdle. If we could have just beat them once down the stretch, we would have gotten into the playoffs. Winnipeg had our number. They play with continuity. They got Dalton, the wideout receiver. They got playmakers. Wheatfall is leading the league with big plays, 4 plays of 30-plus yards. I think Winnipeg's going to cover this by halftime and then put their feet up on the couch and cruise control. Edmonton, they're this team that they rally. You saw them rally late in the fourth quarter. They made the score look close, but they really got cremated by Montreal.
Yeah, they did. They backdoored it. Exactly. Montreal took the pedal off the metal. Their quarterback got hurt, and they just started sort of running the football. But as Rick alluded to, you can watch every game on CFL Plus, and it is free. You just have to sign up and register. But CBS Sports Network basically has 3 games a week out of the 4 games a week. And this week is no different. Edmonton and Winnipeg, the game we just talked about, 8:30 Eastern time on CBS Sports Network. Saturday night, BC at the Rough Riders. And then Sunday, Toronto and Ottawa, all on the CBS Sports Network. I was at the BC Lion game, Rick. And listen, Jeremiah Masoli was a very good quarterback years ago. He's an old 36. He's had multiple surgeries. I thought it was extremely risky to have him as the primary backup for Nate Rourke, who often gets injured. And we saw Masoli just couldn't get the job done. I wanted to see Chase Bryce get a chance out of App State, Rick. And I don't know why they didn't give, Chase a chance. He couldn't have been any worse than what Masoli was. But I guess they figured, listen, it's Masoli's first game that he started in years and all that. But if BC have Nate Rourke, I think they're a competitive football team. If they don't, they're in a lot of trouble, point blank.
Yeah, well, and it's a big if because of his frame. Can he sustain the durability? You can't make the club in the tub, and he's killing that BC Lions squad right now. Now, I think because Masoli has so much experience, they said, hey, maybe we'll catch lightning in the bottle. Let's give it a shot. But if Rourke continues to be out, I would think at some point Chase Bryce, can't do any worse. Masoli, I think, had 3 turnovers down the stretch there, really cost him the ball game. And now they've got undefeated Saskatchewan, who looks like a world beater. I think Saskatchewan is going to romp here.
If Nate Rourke plays, one thing I'll say, BC's defense played well this week. And their special teams is good. But the offense just stalled without Nate Rourke. And Nate Rourke has been hit or miss. It's like he plays a week, misses a week, plays a week, misses a week. Really hasn't ever gotten to a rhythm since he's come back from the National Football League. So BC get 5.5, total 51.5 in that one. Toronto Argonauts also struggling, which, we predicted, Rick. My biggest preseason bet was under 11.5 man, there's no way this Argo team was going 12-6 this year. They're not a great regular season team, right? They win the Grey Cup every couple of years, but this is kind of par for the course. They struggle a lot, but they're a lot worse than any of us thought that they were going to be so far.
Yeah, very undisciplined this past week. 11 penalties. You saw Ryan Dinwiddie go off in that post-game rant. Nick Arbuckle leads the CFL in passing right now, but that's mostly because Toronto's constantly been down. But I think they're going to get off the snide this week. I think they're going to put a W on the board. This is the worst start they've had since 2019. They went 0-6. So I like Arbuckle to play efficiently. And once Chad Kelly comes back, I mean, watch out for Toronto. Like, this is a team that can have a run, and it's all about when you get hot. If this team gets hot in the playoffs again, look out. I'm not counting. I still got Toronto number 4 in my power rankings. I'm not dropping them just yet.
Montreal Alouettes, number 1 in everybody's power rankings right now. They said that Davis Alexander not returning to the football game was just a precautionary measure, but Alexander's on a roll right now, 7-0 as a starter. He didn't finish the game, but they would have won anyways. But technically, he gets the credit for it. 7-0 as a starter. The all-time record is actually Bo Levi Mitchell, who won his first 8 starts in the CFL. So Davis Alexander doing something special, but I know you like McLeod Bethel-Thompson a lot. He's the backup quarterback there. They brought him in. See, Montreal gets it. They know this is an 18-game season. We're going to play multiple quarterbacks, and they've got a big-time quarterback stepping in. So even if it's McLeod this week, I like the Alouettes -2.5. I think the line's too short against Hamilton.
Yeah, it makes too much sense, right? And I'm a big McLeod Bethel-Thompson fan. I think that's why Montreal is really my favorite, because either one of those quarterbacks can guide that franchise. However, Hamilton has had 2 weeks to prepare for this game. And so they're going to be at home here. I think they can maybe rally here and cause an upset. So Bo Levi Mitchell, yeah, I'm putting Montreal on upset alert. They can't win them all. Yeah. And, Kenny Waller, Tim Smith, these are 2 big, high-profile weapons that if Bo Levi Mitchell can catch fire, I think they got a shot here.
We are seeing unbelievable temperature surges over the past couple days. So I wanted to ask you this question to let the people know, how do we account for that in our handicapping? 2 good pitchers on the mound, but you look at a place like Wrigley Field, let's just say, 20-mile-an-hour winds blowing out, 90-plus degree temperatures. Is it almost like you say to yourself, you just have to fade the environment and not worry about the pitchers, because if we're hitting fly balls, they're going yard?
Pro Baseball Today, only on SportsGrid.
Their team total is 19.5 wins. I told you to go under, and it's by far the best bet I have recommended on this network in 4 years. They can't get out of their own way. And now Sloot is out for the year. Let's hope Sloot gets back, because I respect the hell out of Sloot, and I want her to go out on her own terms. Hopefully we'll have her back for the 26th season.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
Kevin Durant, at the age of 36 years old, after 17 seasons that he has played in the NBA DRS, is now on his way to H-Town.
I don't think it's a great move. I wanted him to go to a ready-made championship team full of a veteran roster and see if he can ring chase that way. Not to go to an organization on the come-up that if you just stay the course, and also, what better blueprint do we have than just staying the course and OKC, right?
The early line, only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high, but the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that roof. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
Just a little flyer, couple of 18.5 point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. It's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Let's roll. This is Sports Rage. I am Gabriel Morency. The pits, the players, the hustlers, the people that bust them, and everybody else in between. Thanks to Rick Saratel. Always fun, man. It's like we defended the CFL all day online today. We were talking a lot of CFL football online, but it's okay to love all football. Like I said, I watched the XFL, the Arena League. The Arena League's not so much anymore that they suck. But when it used to be the real Arena League, I was way into it and bet on it, and I bet on all football, but. It's time. Like we said, we're talking with Rick about the rookies of the year and stuff. I think it's kind of a trap, though. Travis Hunter, plus 375 to win either the offensive or rookie of the year, offensive or defensive rookie of the year. So you're like, oh, wow, you're getting both. But if you actually think about it and break it down, he's not the best player on either side of the ball. Like, he's not the best offensive rookie, and he's not the best defensive rookie. And it's hard to win as a defensive back. And Brian Thomas Jr. is a freaking stud on the Jags. So he's going to be their star wide receiver. And another thing is Travis Hunter is not that good of a wide receiver. Like, he catches a bunch of bubble screens and stuff, but we'll see in the NFL. I think he's a better defensive back, to be honest. But I think Cam Ward's going to, Rick Saratella says he thinks Gentry's kind of a lock to win the award. He's going to get the ball a lot. Okay, we know that. But we all know from watching the Tennessee Titans last year, they were bad, and I didn't bet on them a lot. Cam did. I didn't because I was like, nah, I just can't do it. But I remember I did one week. It was Grey Cup Sunday, I actually remember, ironically enough, because I remember watching the game at a bar. I took them plus like 6.5 against the Vikings or something. I was like, this is the week. And then there was Will Levis just doing Will Levis things. And I'm like, for the love of God, bro. Like, I'm just thinking if the Tennessee Titans have a quarterback's going to make plays for them, they could be in some football games. So I think Cam Ward could be worth a look, but we'll have time to get into that. We're not going to be on tomorrow night due to the NBA draft. Tune into the Grid NBA draft special. So Cam, give us a couple of golf picks right now, and I'll give my CFL Thursday Night Football picks. But what do you got for the golf?
Sure, let's do it again, Gabe. Good week last week. We're going to go with Cam Young at 30-1. I think it's a really nice course for him at the Rocket Mortgage in Detroit, Michigan for him. Wyndham Clark at 36-1. And I also like Alex Noren at 60-1. I'm only going to give you 3 this week. I'm actually going to tweet out some more. First round leaders, Colin Morikawa, always a hot starter, 25-1. And Kashmir Keith Mitchell loves Thursdays, 55-1, Gabe.
55-1. So this is in Detroit, Michigan, this one. Yep. What's the angle here? Like, I kind of liked it last week. I played into the angle of Keegan Bradley last week. I said, well, he's from Vermont. He wins in New England, in the New England area a lot, it seems, when he plays there. Now we're playing in Michigan this week. Bradley could do well again, like you said, Cam. I wouldn't be surprised. He'd be right there. Patrick Cantlay's a trendy pick this week. I'm going to Morency Drunken Brit Dart Toss golf pick, which does win like 2-3 times a year, guys. Some insanely enough. But I'm going to say Matt Fitzpatrick.
You know what the funny thing about Matt Fitzpatrick is? This is actually a nice course for him. He lets you down with a triple bogey, kind of like Will Levis with a pick 6. Like, he's always there, and he has one blow-up hole. All he's got to do is keep it in play and play well, Gabe. Light and field, too. So, yeah, watch out. Bradley, remember, he's playing for Ryder Cup points, so he'll do well. But I like that Matt Fitzpatrick. Good price on him, too.
Yeah, top 20. I think he'll hit top 20. Yeah. Fitzpatrick as well. All right, so FIFA Club World Cup tomorrow. I picked Dortmund to win it all. I was just trying to be cute and not take one of the powers. I got 25-1, but it hasn't been pretty, but they're about to win their group, and they're moving on. So step by step, I can tell you, though, props to Benfica. Like we said earlier, unbelievable. These guys looked kind of sloppy and iffy earlier in the tournament. Massive win against Bayern today as underdogs. Their goalie was unbelievable. And I tell you what, Cam, they got a winnable matchup. So now we still have 2 more days of like the opening round games, but we've got 4 matchups set for the weekend in the knockout stage now. Group of 16. Palmeiras and Botafogo, all Brazilian matchup. Benfica versus Chelsea, Cam. That's a team Benfica can beat. They can beat Chelsea.
I like Benfica.
Like, that game will be close. Yeah. Like Benfica will go into this game thinking they just beat Bayern Munich. They can beat Chelsea. And Benfica are plus 320. Chelsea are minus 125. So you get a big number with Benfica. Paris Saint-Germain, PSG versus Inter Miami. All right, you're done, Inter. Inter Miami's done. They're going to play PSG on Sunday. And we got Flamengo, Brazilian side, versus Bayern Munich on Sunday. Those 4 games have been set. Canada's still leading 2-0 right now in the 86th minute. Obviously, I'll be online. I'll be on with Pharrell over the next couple of days, but no Rage tomorrow. But Thursday Night Football, the Edmonton Elks and the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. This sounds crazy. Give me the Edmonton Elks plus the 10 points.
Yeah.
The Elks are better on the road. Bombers coming off big wins against the BC Lions. Edmonton backdoors this thing. Other than that, you're on your own later.